New info on the Model 3 battery pack, positive news from Virginia, and new details on the Tesla Semi. Here's Tesla Tidbits episode number 287 for August 24th, 2017. We've known a good deal about Model 3's battery setup for some time now, but Electrek brings us a deeper dive into that information to kick off our Friday. As a refresher for terms here, the cell is the smallest unit in the overall pack, which is inserted into a brick. Several bricks are then inserted into a module, and then a number of modules are connected together to make the whole battery pack. We've known for some time now that the pack utilizes Tesla's new 2170 cells, and more recently learned that there would be 4 modules per pack. We now get the scoop on the number of cells per module and how the temperature is being maintained. The standard pack, which is yet to be produced, will contain a total of 2,976 cells. 31 cells are used per brick, and a total of 96 bricks are used in the pack, split across the 4 previously mentioned modules. 2 modules contain 25 bricks, and 2 contain 23. The long-range pack will contain a total of 4,416 cells. If that number sounds familiar to you, it's because this is the number that Teslanomics was given, and I reported on in episode 272, but was misinterpreted to be a new size format rather than the number of cells in the vehicle. The long-range pack bumps up to 46 cells per brick, but keeps the number of bricks the same, as well as the total number of modules. By comparison, the 100 kilowatt-hour pack in Model S and Model X contains 8,256 of Tesla's 18650 cells, nearly double that of Model 3's 75 kilowatt-hour long-range pack. Another new development is that the pack includes its charger, fast charge connectors, and DC-to-DC converter all in the same piece of hardware. And lastly, there's no longer an external battery heater. The car is utilizing the heat from the powertrain to condition the battery when needed. You might then ask, what about when the car isn't moving and is first being put to use for a session? The answer is that Tesla has designed the powertrain so its inverter can be powered up without applying any torque to move the car. This saves the complexity of having to add the extra hardware and also saves weight. Awesome new revelations on the battery technology advancements for Tesla. Again at Electrek, they bring us some good news out of Virginia. If you've been following Tesla for some time, you know of the difficulties in some states that Tesla has of getting stores and sometimes service centers approved for operation. But this week, Tesla was able to open its second store in the state, located in Richmond. Despite its problems with some parts of government, not everyone in the government seems to be against Tesla. Virginia Governor Terry McAuliffe was on hand at the opening event and was supportive of our favorite electric car company, saying, quote, "When this first came to me, there was no question that they ought to be able to sell their cars here. This is competition. It's important for our environment. It reduces the carbon emissions, which is something that we all care about here in Virginia," end quote. Mr. Governor, that is some uncommon common sense for many state legislatures right there. But the good news didn't stop there. Tesla also won a contract with the Council of Independent Colleges in Virginia, or CICV, to install 1.3 megawatts of solar power that will be installed across 4 college campuses. Robert Lambeth, the president of CICV, said, quote, "Beyond making our facilities more energy efficient, these solar installations will also serve as a living classroom for our students pursuing careers in this tremendous growth industry. Our faculty and students will have access to industry-leading engineering and scientific discoveries that are driving solar technology advancements. CICV is excited to be able to give our students first-hand access to these innovations, which will provide them with valuable hands-on experience that will translate to careers in renewable energy. Renewable energy is an increasingly large piece of our country's power generation mix. Through the Sunshot Initiative, CICV's students will have access to the tools and training to enter this high-growth workforce," end quote. We make our last stop today at Reuters, where we get some tidbits on the Tesla Semi. Reuters is reporting that the Tesla Semi will have a range of 200 to 300 miles and be geared toward the regional hauling market. Per the article, this is the low end of what would be considered long-haul trucking. We also learned that the vehicle won't have a sleeper section, making it what is considered a day cab. Tesla had a cheeky response to the report, saying, quote, "Tesla's policy is always to decline comment on speculation, whether true or untrue, as doing so would be silly. Silly," end quote. You can find the links to today's full stories in the show description. This show operates on a value-for-value model. If you get some value out of what I bring you each day, please consider giving a little value back at patreon.com/Tesla Tidbits. Thanks so much to my super patrons, John Waltower, Drew Schuyler, John Waller, Mark and Sarah Thomas, Ryan Scarborough, Lee Sweet, William Henry Crew III, Dorian Steve Guberman, and Bruno Quindici. If you have no extra cash available, that's fine. Please show your love with positive feedback and subscriptions on YouTube, Apple Podcasts, and other services across the internet, or keep the show referral code in mind if you're in the market for a new Tesla. That code is ts.la/JON4602, and it gets you $1,000 off the car and free supercharging for the life of the vehicle. That's all for this week. If you have feedback for me, the best way to be heard is to tweet at Tesla Tidbits. I'll see you back here again next week. Until then, keep it charged and hit the road.